Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Sooners will put total effort to crank us up. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So BYU's offense will get the first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And that's the first sack of the day, but I'll tell you what, this team's been doing it so far throughout the season. They're in the top 10 sacks for a reason. They pin their ears back and they get after quarterbacks.
Second down, he'll throw it. He breaks a tackle. Breaks into the open. And he's dragged down.
It's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Out of the shotgun on third down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
You don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Oklahoma's offense will get the ball for the first time. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Larson.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The Sooners can really attack on this second and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
so frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense in an empty set. They're going to take another delay of game penalty. You just can't have these types of mistakes.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Second down coming up. Looking for a man. It's Gage. It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
Third down and long is the hardest down to execute in football, but this offense made it look easy. Nice job being aggressive, making the big play down the field, and now set up in a position where they can go get a touchdown on first and goal.
The Sooners have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the ball's free in the backfield. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Power football with the run. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Finds his man. It's Cole. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Makes the grab. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's Gage. Fires toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow.
Unleashes one deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly.
Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's the problem when you're living in 2nd and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a huge interception.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a second down. Back to pass. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch at the 45. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. To the air on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Snag in the middle, it's Hurley. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Larson. He's inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Looking to get it in. Touchdown Sooner! Oh, that baby in and strolled into the end zone for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. He'll do the rest. He'll get in the end zone. Nice catch. Would have finished it with a touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. North Texas has the lead right now. The good folks in Denton have been buzzing all week. This game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over UCLA. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Grabbed over the middle. It's long. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run it from the gun. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To throw, it's Gage. Trying to get behind the defense. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. Man, you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Puts it out of the air. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. Going for it all. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown Sooners.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Cole. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Gage. Lets it fly. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the offense is trying to take a shot deep down the field. How about the coverage? Knocking that ball away and doing it clean. No PI on that one.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Oh, and those are those where you're just looking at your hands. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. It's complete. Tripped up for the tackle.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You can tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one another.
They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
BYU trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Here's a snap, ready to cut one loose. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield very late in the half. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on 1st down. He spins that thing down the middle. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense got it. They're on the run. And they'll get him down after a solid return. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. And the Sooners have a chance to make their defenses work productive as they come to the line. They'll open the second half on the ground. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
Might be calling a hot route. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Oklahoma! And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps up, and he might wind up in that 100 touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have had good days, but how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats, and you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Now on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Looking for space. It's Larson. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
They'll keep it on the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
The offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off the bootleg and rolling out. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying.
Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game, you're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Handoff to the lone back. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Second and short equals bow up, be physical, move a hole, get a gap, let my back fall forward. That back had nowhere to run, no push up front. Got to be more physical, Jesse, on those second down and short situations.
So for that point, David, I think you got to stick with it if you're on offense. As a staff, challenge your guys to get some push up front. You've recruited this position really well. You need these guys to move some bodies because you've got a talented guy in the backfield that can hurt this defense if you just give him a crease.
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Sooners are on the move. They'll try the run. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job on the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for a moment.
Well, two things I love by the quarterback on that play. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And two, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save your...
Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to pass. It's Maldonado. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. The give and tick, 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 tick. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. It's a really nice run.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They go to the ground. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though.
Oh, he's got some space. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach.